Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're talking about this Klein Tools Quad 24 Heavy Duty Impact Flip Socket Set. You can see the part number is 656QS. Now they call these quad sockets, that means there's 4 socket sizes in one flip socket. Now it comes with both SAE and Metric sockets, we'll get into that. It's compatible with Klein's Modbox and Klein's KNECT M series. A quick look at the back, you can see the socket sizes it comes with. You can pause the video and check that out. And it's made in Taiwan. Now this quad socket set is brand new from Klein Tools. Klein sent this to me as a sample. I'll have a link in the video so you can check it out. All right, let's check this set out. You see it comes in one of Klein Tools Modbox cases. You just flip this latch over in the front, open up the case. You can see the sockets right here. There's 3 sockets on the left here that are SAE, and they got 3 sockets on the right that are Metric. You can check out those sizes real quick. Let's check out how they work. You can see they come in this nice Modbox. These Modbox cases have a spring-loaded latch, so you just push down on the lead, and the case automatically latches shut. They also have 2 tabs on the front. You can take those 2 tabs and put them on another Modbox, push down on the back and it latches. Flip it forward, you'll see there's a switch right here. You just push that switch down to take the cases apart, and that's how the Klein KNECT Modbox systems work. Now Klein is known for these flip socket sets. Here I have the 10-piece flip socket set. If you look at how these work, typically they just have 2 sockets on them. So I can take this flip socket, put it on the shank, have a 1/2-inch socket out here now. If I grab that, flip it around, I can flip around to this 9/16 size. So there's 2 sizes in each one of these sockets. But with these new quad set, you can see it operates differently. Now I can take the same shank and put it in the socket. You can see there's 2 socket sizes on each end of these flip sockets, a 1/2-inch, 5/8, and on this end we have 9/16 and 11/16. So I can operate these 2 socket sizes here, but you can see I can use the same shank with these sockets, and I can put that on, and instead of having just 2 sizes, we have 4. You can see a quick comparison there. Now these are 6-point sockets. Now the way these sockets work, you can see I can take this bolt and I can put it right in here, and it fits just in that 9/16. And I can take this 9/16 bolt and put it in here, and you can see I can now push it in. So you can see even though it fits that 9/16, it'll push up into that 11/16 size socket. And if you look there around the edges, you'll see it reveals that 11/16 socket size. And that's how they get 2 sizes in there. So we take that off, flip it around, and now we can use these other 2 sizes, the 1/2-inch and the 5/8. Same thing here. You have that inner and outer 6-point socket size in there. Now here's another look at how these sockets work. You can see we have the 7 and 10 millimeter sockets here. And I have this 10 millimeter nut on here, and you can see when I put it on this 7 millimeter socket size, it's going to push that 7 millimeter socket down to where that 10 millimeter socket can turn that nut. So that's how it works. Now these sockets go on this hex shank, and you can take that hex and put it in your impact driver and drive the sockets. Because this is the longer shank in the kit, I can take another socket here if I want, and I can stow it on this hex shank, right? So I can slip this up here, it locks into place. It'll still go on the impact. Not that you necessarily operate that way, but you can have all these sockets on you at once, right? You have 8 different socket sizes, both SAE and Metric with you all the time stowed on this shank. So that's one thing I like, is that you get a lot of different sockets on the shank. Now you can see the Metric sockets work the same way. Inner hex size, outer hex size. This one's 9 and 13 millimeters. We flip it around, we got 11 and 14. And they work the same way, right? I can put the Metric on there, they click into place, flip it around, and I can get to the 2 sizes on the other end of this socket. Now the 4 sockets on the center of this case are all driven with these hex drivers. Now these 2 larger sockets on the outside are driven with this KNECT M adapter. You can see it has Klein's KNECT M adapter on one end. It also has a 3/8 adapter on the other. And inside here it has a 3/8 drive. You can see the extension is 3 inches long. So you can grab this large socket, take this adapter, and you'll see it goes right here in the center. You can push it in there. Now we can take this and drive it with an impact wrench. Now this is a 1/2-inch adapted down to 3/8, but if you have a 3/8 impact wrench, of course it'll go right in there. So you can take this flip socket off the adapter, flip it around just like any other flip socket, and now you're driving this 1-inch and 13/16 size on the other end. Not only can the Klein KNECT adapter fit on a 3/8 square drive, it's also compatible with the hex drive that comes in the Klein KNECT kit. Now because this adapter is part of Klein's KNECT M system, it'll work with Klein's KNECT M pass-through ratchet. Now we've had this on the channel before. You can see I can just take the ratchet, pop it right on there, and you can turn these sockets with Klein's ratchet. Or you could take this, take out this impact adapter, of course that'll fit on there as well, and you can drive this with a regular 1/4-inch impact driver. Or I can take the KNECT M handle out, and I can place that on here, and now I can turn these sockets with the KNECT M handle. So because this is part of Klein's KNECT M system, it works with all the other Klein KNECT M system of tools. Now I want to compare these new Klein quad sockets with the original 2-in-1 flip sockets. If you look, they're very similar. They both have the same laser etching and color coding. If you look at the original socket, you can see it had beveled edges and rounded out corners. and so do the new sockets. They have a beveled edge and rounded out corners as well. Now, with any new benefit of a tool, there's typically a trade-off. If we take out this 1/2-inch socket in this quad set, and we take out the 1/2-inch socket out of the old 2-in-1 flip socket set, and we compare the sizes, you can see that quad socket on the left is larger in diameter than the 2-in-1 original flip socket on the right. You can see these sockets have a heavy-duty coil spring down there in the center. That's what pushes these inner sockets back up. Now, this set does come with 2 hex shanks. This one's 6.5 inches long, and this one's 3.5 inches long. And you also have some screw storage here. You'll see they have these little dividers on the top. When you shut the case, it isolates any screws you put up here on the top of the case. Now, all these sockets are laser etched with their sizes, and they're color coded so you can quickly find the size you need. Now, Klein says this set's heavy duty. What that means is these sockets are heat treated and cold forged. Now, these Klein Modbox cases are designed to be mounted vertically. So you can see if I tip it forward, the sockets don't fall out. And when you take the sockets out, I've noticed they mount differently too. So to take these out, you pull from the bottom, and when you return them, you put the top in first and then push the bottom in. They clip into place. The old case was the opposite of that. When you took these sockets out, you pulled from the top, and when you return them, you put the bottom in first and then push the top in to clip them in place. So that's something else they've changed. Another difference I noticed, when you look at the original Klein flip socket case, all the sizes are right here on this top rail. You can see here they have 12-14 marked right here, but there's nothing in the area where the socket goes. If you look at the new set, you can see it's embedded right into the slots where the sockets go. And they've also changed the way the sockets mount themselves. If you look at the old set, you can see they have these little clips right here that hold the sockets in. It's actually cut open right here with a little clip, and the bottom has one that's just raised, but it's also got a bit of a cutaway, right? Look at the new set, you can see they don't have that clip anymore. They just have a raised piece of molding right here. Same at the bottom, it's raised as well, so probably less likely to have these clips break off. But there you have it, folks, just a quick look at this Klein Tools Quad 24 Heavy Duty Flip Impact Socket Set. I'll have a link in the description so you can check it out. Let me know in the comments what you think of this tool. And if you're interested in picking one of these sets up, I'm going to have some more of these sets on the channel, so stay tuned. Please remember to like and subscribe. All those actions help me to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, check out this next video.